Students, how are you all? You all must be staying safe in your houses. I, Mrs. Smita, English teacher, welcome you all for the academic session 2021. Let's begin our Science and Technology Standard 9th digital class. Let's start. This is the cover page of your textbook. I hope you all must be having your textbook with you. Your textbook includes physics, chemistry, biology, environmental science, and biotechnology. These are the contents of the textbook which we are going to learn for a whole year. Now just open second last page of your textbook, that is textbook page number 215. You will see term-wise plan of chapters which are allotted for first term and second term. Your science textbook is divided into part 1 and part 2. Part 1 includes physics and chemistry lessons and part 2 includes biology and environmental science lessons. According to a monthly planning given to you all, we are going to start part 2, lesson number 6, classification of plants. Can we go out into the gardens during this lockdown period? No, we are not allowed to go out in the gardens. So just have a visit to an online garden and to know variety of plants which are present in our surrounding. Let's begin. Students, can you recall this chart? Yes. This chart you have learnt in standard 8th. This is a 5 kingdom classification which is given by Robert H. Whitaker in 1959. This classification you all have studied in standard 8th. All the living organisms are classified basically into prokaryotes and eukaryotes based on nucleus structure. Prokaryotes are further grouped in kingdom Monera, which includes bacteria, blue-green algae, etc. Eukaryotes are further classified as unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular are grouped in kingdom Protista, which includes amoeba, paramecium, euglena, and so on. Multicellular are further divided based on criteria with cell wall and without cell wall. Living organisms with cell wall are further based on nutrition as autotrophic and heterotrophic. Here phototrophic means autotrophic only. Autotrophic are further grouped in kingdom Plantae and heterotrophic are grouped in kingdom Fungi. Without cell wall organisms are further grouped in kingdom Animalia. So students, we have learnt 5 kingdoms, that is kingdom Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. So let's begin with kingdom Plantae. The group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cells with cell walls is the group of plants. So students, all the green plants which cover very large area on the earth are the food factories of the world. Without plants, our life is no more. All the living organisms, that is heterotrophs, directly and indirectly depend on plants for their survival. Can you tell students which are the special cell organelles that differentiate plant cell from animal cell? Yes, you are right. It is cell wall and chloroplast. These are the two special organelles which are present only in plant cell. Now students, all the green plants which we see in our surrounding are further classified based on some criteria. That is, presence or absence of basic parts of the plant, that is root, stem, leaves, flowers or fruits. The presence or absence of organs such as conduction of water and food. Like our blood vessels, in plants, food and water is transported in all the parts of the plant with the help of special tissues known as xylem and phloem. This is nothing but known as conduction of water and food. Plants are also classified based on number of cotyledons in the seeds. They are also classified based on presence of flowers, fruits and seeds, basically as cryptogams and phanerogams. Again, they are further divided whether the seeds are enclosed in fruit or not. The phanerogams are classified as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms are further classified as monocots and dicots. Students, have you confused little bit? Yes, but we are going to see one by one and you will come to know all the classification in detail. Now students, observe the chart given in the textbook, page number 79. I have given some more explanation on that chart. Just mark all the descriptions given in the video on the textbook. And this chart you write it in the notebook. Now kingdom Plantae is divided into two main subkingdoms as cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams means all the green plants which do not bear flowers, that is non-flowering plants. And phanerogams means all the plants which bear flowers, that is flowering plants. Cryptogams are further divided into three divisions. Students, just see the pronunciations and learn the spellings of these new words: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So cryptogams are divided into Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Phanerogams are divided into two subdivisions as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms are further divided into dicotyledons and monocotyledons. So we are going to see all these divisions one by one. Now students, just observe this. Here some green color plants are shown. You may have seen some floating greenish color thread-like bodies in the pond or at the base of water tank of your building. What are they? These are also the plants, but without root, stem, leaves, etc. These are non-flowering plants, which mostly grow in fresh water and in seawater. We also see them near the puddles in rainy season, where the stones become greenish and slippery. All these are known as algae. Students, just refer textbook page number 76, Division 1, Thallophyta. Here, the meaning of thallus is green plants, which are flat in structures. So, these are some examples Spirogyra, Ulva and Chara. As I said students, these organisms are without any root, stem and leaves. So we will see their characteristics one by one. Body of the organism is not differentiated into organs. They are mainly aquatic, found in marine and freshwater. Tissue for conduction of material and for mechanical strength is absent. They are covered by mucilage, that's why they are slippery. They reproduce by vegetative, asexual and sexual reproduction. Algae are the examples of this division. Now students, here you can see on the right hand side one diagram. It is a Spirogyra. If a thread of Spirogyra is observed under the microscope, it will look like this. Just mark the Spirogyra diagram from your textbook. As it is having a flat structure, it is having a chloroplast which is like a ribbon. Now students, just see the next one. Division 2, Bryophyta. As rainy season has started, you may have observed some green color velvety structure on the compound walls, on the bark of the trees, on the roofs of the houses and so on. What are they? These are also the plants without root, stem, leaves and flowers. All these plants like moss, Funaria, Merchantia, Anthoceros look like plants, but they are not having true roots, stems and leaves. Their body is flat ribbon-like. Just refer page number 76. Division 2, Bryophyta. Mark the characteristics in the textbook. Mark the diagram of Funaria and Merchantia. Figure 6.2. Now just see the characteristics of Bryophyta. All the Bryophyta plants are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. That means they grow on soil as well as in water. That is, they require moist places. So most of the bryophytes are terrestrial, but few are aquatic. They are simple, primitive and non-vascular plants. They generally grow in moist, shady places. The aquatic species are generally found floating or are submerged in pond, pools, lakes and still water. The terrestrial species are found on soils, banks or rivers. They can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. So they are called as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Just mark this in the textbook also. Now students, just see the next slide. You may have seen like this some ornamental decorative plants in gardens. These are known as ferns. As the shape of the leaves is like a feather, they are known as ferns. Fern is the common name. Some species of ferns are Nephrolepis and Selaginella. Just refer textbook page number 77. Division 3, Pteridophyta. Students, just see the spelling. Here P is silent in the pronunciation. Plants from this group have well-developed roots, stem and leaves. They have separate tissues for conduction of food and water. Now students, just recall that we have seen the plants from Thallophyta and Bryophyta. In them, they were not having any conducting tissues, they were not having any true roots, stem and leaves. Now just observe carefully the leaves of fern plant. On the posterior surface of the leaves, that is, on the back side of the leaves, you will see some spots which may turn into brown color when they become mature. They are known as sporangia. In these sporangia, spores get formed. Ferns show asexual reproduction by spore formation. The mature sporangia release the spores. These spores spread with wind or water, and wherever they fall, the new plant grows. So, this is the asexual reproduction which is shown by ferns. Now just see the characteristics of Pteridophyta. Plants from these groups have well-developed roots, stem and leaves. They have separate tissues for conduction of food and water. They do not bear flowers and fruits. They reproduce with the help of spores formed along the back or posterior surface of their leaves. These plants reproduce asexually by spore formation and sexually by zygote formation. Students, just mark all these characteristics in your textbook. Now we will revise again the classification of cryptogams. The cryptogams are non-flowering plants from the kingdom Plantae, which look green in color. They are divided into three divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. The word Thallophyta, thallus means flat body. Bryophyta, there is no proper root or shoot system, and Pteridophyta, vascular system is present and the body is divided into root or shoot system. Example of Thallophyta is algae. Example of Bryophyta is mosses. And example of Pteridophyta is ferns. So up till now we have seen the classification of cryptogams.